Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Create with Brenda. I can be found at createwithbrenda.com. My name is Brenda Hillard and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to help you. Please contact me at createwithbrenda.com. Anyway, let's start. It's exciting, lots of exciting news. Tomorrow, Wednesday, September 5th, is our launch of the 2018 Stampin' Up! Holiday Season Catalog. It's filled with beautiful, beautiful things, and I can't wait to share them with you. So today I'm featuring our Under the Mistletoe suite. The suite consists of this 13-piece stamp set, and as you can see, there are 3 sentiments. There's a jingle bell, there's sprigs or sprays. The ribbon has the outline and then of course the solid so that you can stamp the outline and then color your ribbon any color you choose to coordinate with your creation. The sprigs, you'll notice, have a little gap at the bottom, allowing room for you to stamp your bows, and I'll be demonstrating more of that later in the week. Let's get started with the project. One other thing I should probably mention is my storage, and I've done a video on this prior, but I use our 12 by 12 black faux album. It has the 12 by 12 pages here, and as you can see, for each pack of and I'm going to call it DSP. It stands for Designer Series Paper. There are usually 6 sheets, and they're double-sided. So you would get 6 12 by 12 sheets. This is the print on one side. These are the prints on the other side. And today we're going to be using this red poinsettia. It's the real red with the old olive leaves. And here's the project I'm going to show you how to put together. So, celebrate the season. Here's our DSP I just talked about. We're going to be using the silver edged ribbon, the silver mini sequins, and then last week my product of the week was the Everyday Label Punch that coordinates with the Labels to Love, and so I'm bringing that back in using the sentiment from our stamp set, Celebrate the Season. And then of course you always have to add a little more silver sparkle because it is Christmas and it's meant to sparkle. And then on the inside I just simply have a piece of paper stamped with one of the sentiments from Stylish Christmas, and it says, "May the beauty and joy of this season fill your heart," with of course some more silver sprinkles. So let me show you how to make this card. First off, you'll need a piece of real red cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And what the scoring does is it just gives you a really nice crease on your card base. The next layer is a piece of old olive cardstock cut at 4 by 5 1/4 inches. The next layer is going to be our DSP, the red poinsettia with the old olive leaves, and that is cut at 3.75 or 3 3/4 by 5 inch. And then for the inside of the card, you'll need a piece of Whisper White cut at 3 3/4 or 3.75 by 5 inches. So our first step is we're going to just add some snail to the back side of the poinsettia DSP, and we're going to center that on our old olive mat. So it'll be like this. Now I'm going to show you a little trick with our ribbon, and I've done this for years and I don't even know who taught me, where I saw it or whatever, but it saves a lot of ribbon, and you also get a nice, like a tie on your ribbon, and it stays, or your band, and it stays tight. So what you're going to do is flip it over, and then just on the lower part of each end I'm going to add a little bit of snail, I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm going to add here a little piece, bring it around my card, snip, and then secure. So you've got the band. One thing I want to tell you too about this ribbon is if you have the Stampin' Blends or any alcohol markers, you can color this ribbon to coordinate with any project that you're working on. All right, so our next step, I'm going to take a little piece of the mini silver sequins. I'm just going to give it a snip. I'm going to lay that across my band of ribbon. Then I'm going to take the silver edged ribbon and just slide it underneath the band. And I'm going to tie it in one single knot, like so. So now I've caught my mini sequins. They're there. And you can just pull and adjust as you want. I'm going to adjust our bow, and then I'm just going to snip the ribbon at a diagonal. And it still slides on this band, so you can make room if you need to for your tag. So the stamping part of this card is going to be a little scrap piece of Whisper White. We're going to take our old olive stamp, and I always say tap, 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 ink it up well, and then I'm just going to do a light stamp down, and you don't want to rock, it's just straight down, and I like to leave it for a minute, giving the ink a chance to absorb into the paper. Lift, and there's our frame. And then I'm going to bring in our real red stamp pad, and here's our little sentiments, celebrate the season. I'm just going to kind of place that down as well, give the ink a moment to adhere. So there's our tag. Let's bring in our punch, and if you remember from last week, I talked about turning the punch upside down. So here we'll get it lined up in here with the punch so we get even borders, and then you just push and it gives us this perfect little label. And the name of the set is Labels to Love, which who doesn't love a label, right? I'm going to add some dimensionals. These are just the double-sided foam pieces. Sometimes I go a little crazy on these dimensionals, but the reason I do is the paper has a tendency, or the cardstock has a tendency to sag a little bit if it's humid, like it is here in Minnesota today. Anyway, and then I'm just going to simply adhere my tag, and then this tool will be available to you tomorrow. It's got refills for the putty pickup tip, so any kind of sequins or embellishments, and then it also has a pointy end for any kind of piercing work or pickup that you need to do there. So what I'm going to do is grab our metallic sequin assortment, and this is where this tool is awesome. So I just go into this bowl of sequins. See how quickly I was able to pick up my silver sequin? And what I'll do is I'll just put a dot of glue here, here, here. We'll put 3 of them on. So 1, whoops, I have to flip it over the right way. It always has to happen when you're videoing, right? Then I'll grab one more silver one. I just love how quick I can grab them out of there, because before you're like digging around in there and they'd all be staticky and stuck to your fingers and you'd have glue everywhere. And one more. Just pick it up, place it. So there's our sequins. Don't you love it? And when I first looked at this poinsettia paper, I thought, I don't know, not so crazy. And then once you start working with it, it's like, I love this. Add some snail. I think I just knocked off one of our sequins. There, back on. And then I'm just going to center this on the front of our card. There. Now, because it's red inside, it's going to be hard to do a sentiment. That's why I said we want this 3 3/4 by 5 piece of Whisper White. And as all I'm going to do on this is just take the sentiment from the Stylish Christmas stamp set, because I thought it was fitting. The front says celebrate the season, and this one says may the beauty and joy of this season fill your heart, which the sentiments complement each other very well. So I'm going to add, and I only put snail right at the top, because all the cards with liners that you purchase for crazy amounts of money have just that loose bottom too. So it makes it feel fancy. The thing about it too is with this time of year, what really speaks more to get a handmade card from someone you love who took the time not only to think of you, but to create something for you. So again, just like on the tag, I'm going to add that sequin is not flat. It's kind of crazy. And another. Do you see how fast I'm picking these up out of this dish? It just amazes me. If you've ever worked with sequins, you'll be loving this too. And this is, like I said, this is available starting tomorrow with the holiday catalog. It's called the Pick Me Up tool, which isn't that a good name? Yeah. Okay, so there's our sparkles. There's our card. And stay tuned, because there's going to be lots more holiday card making and 3D and little gift packaging. So I'd love to have you join me. Have a great night. Talk to you later. Bye.